In this video, I want to break down my solution. First, I'll show you how it looks with regular valid CSS, and then I'll optimize it to be as short as my submission. Let's get started. For this task, I'm using only the HTML and body tags. I only need the HTML tag for the background color, so let's define that style first. Next, the body tag will contain our main figure. To draw this pattern, I'll use a conic-gradient with these two colors. First, we define the darker color to fill the first 25%. After that, we fill the rest with white. I'll define that from 25 to 100%. Now we have our pattern, but it's too big. To get the required size, we can use the background size property and set it to 60 pixels. Actually, with background size, you can define both width and height. In our case, we only need to adjust one dimension to make the width smaller. If we set this to 60 pixels, we get squares. The first value is for width and the second is for height. Here we only need to define one because we plan to narrow down the body away, making the rest invisible. Now we just need to make the body smaller using the margin property. Let's try 100 by 20 pixels. By default, we use pixels, but we'll optimize that later. It looks like 20 pixels works, but 100 isn't quite enough. 120 pixels does the job. So we have a fully valid, clear solution at 129 characters. Let's shrink it. First, for the margin, we don't need to specify pixels. The browser uses pixels by default, so we can just remove the unit. Next, 120 is still a bit long. We can use a percentage of the viewport height instead, 30%. Since we can place a percentage next to a number without a space, we save an extra character. Now let's look at the conic-gradient. For the second color, we can remove the 100% endpoint. We can go even further. If we start the second color at 0, it creates the same hard edge because it's overlapped by the first color. This makes the notation even smaller. Next, let's optimize background size. The property name is long, but since we already have a background property, we can use the shorthand. We specify the position first, 0, then a slash, and the size 60 pixels. Now we can remove the extra property. It's looking compact, but we can do even more. We can use the ampersand instead of the HTML selector, as it represents the nearest parent. By nesting the body style, we can then use an asterisk to target it, since it's the only element inside the HTML. And there we go, 97 characters. It's the exact same result as my initial solution. If we minify it, we hit that 97 characters goal.